Hey, again, good morning. This is Isaac Mullins with TSS Universal Incorporated, president and creator. Just doing kind of a additional follow-up video. The last few videos actually are going to be part of a package that I think is going to end up being a little marketing campaign in itself. But I just wanted to throw in a little tidbit. On top of us being a self-sustaining financial system, from the fact that I don't make money from it because I saw the fact that this energy in the place of money wasn't flowing correctly because the 3% at the top took 97% of the energy from the system. Rough number, that's what they say. Um, so don't quote me on that. You know what I mean? Let's not get into that. Um, I just saw how and I see the repercussions and the fallout from that type of greed, energy greed, and it's not universal. There's no way that it could work, and yet we see concepts like Nikola Tesla's torus generator, able to take free energy from the air itself off the planet. I mean, in the planet itself, and how the universe and all of our nature systems, how they work synergistically because none of them take excess of what the others do. Some do, and they're a predator, and you know what I mean. So it happens out there. But the general base system is based off balance. So looking at that and copying that, I've created a financial system that in itself does that exactly. I mean, not only are we a word of mouth generator, I mean, we're an income system, supplemental income system, and supplemental economy initially, because we'll be end up taking primary roles in a lot of things. Um, but I mean, just because we're doing it synergistically initially, because you can't swipe out the old system. And too much defibrillation. That's too much. That's too negative a frequency. I'm not doing it that way. That's non-universal. It's weird. It's hard to explain. Everything needs to be synergistic. Everything needs to flow. Because if you create a bunch of destruction, it's regressive in my opinion when you can grow the entire way. I mean, there's ways to do it. People need to be able to communicate and talk, even in scenarios where they could talk through a scenario and have a more progressive, growth related compromise rather than a war of wills, based on pride more often than not, and pride is such a weakness. So you guys, the main point of this particular video though was I wanted to explain a little bit about the further down the line concept of what TSS Universal is about, because we're not creating just one system. This is many systems wrapped into a business network. I mean, I had to take the initial idea and it began to expand and explode, and and each of those offshoots of purpose how became their own industries, their own businesses, and so on and so forth. I had to create tangibility to a massive idea, and it became a business network. Go figure. Um, and that doesn't include all of the advancements we're doing for other businesses and other industries, and so on and so forth. So the key concept, though, is the basis of TSS Universal Incorporated, that base financial system that operates on 180 principles. I never make a dollar from any of this. Everything I make flows back in, and others are replicating what I'm doing. So I'm duplicating myself already. Then we're creating and adding a base of like a social network like Facebook. You're basically gonna be getting paid on your friends' friends from people you don't know across the world, so on and so forth. Now you take that same system and you duplicate that. Now you duplicate that into every business around the world. Now here's the cool part. Say you start a business in India. It creates this little ripple effect. Goes around the world. Same as all these other networks that we have out there, Walmart, Starbucks. I'm just taking these big Forbes concepts and breaking them down to 1, 2, 3 steps, stupid easy. Okay, I'm creating systems so that anybody and everybody can utilize this same knowledge, because that's how the 3% stay the 3% as of now. But again, these base concepts and knowledge, people spending money into investing assets into liabilities, or excuse me, said that backwards, into assets over liabilities versus just buying stuff that doesn't make them money. They're not being wise with their energy. So we're duplicating. Say one hits, creates this spider web effect, multi-layered, like this rubber band ball. Look at that, like kind of like a rubber band ball, but like webs. webs off of every single person. They know how many people worldwide through something as simple as Facebook. Take Facebook as an example. I have like 500 friends on Facebook, like 470, something like that. Don't quote me again, and it's growing every day. That pride thing. I still get caught. I notice this sometimes. Like, why am I worried about how many friends I have on Facebook? I don't talk to most of them anyway. But do people even care? So funny. I've been wired wrong, replicating and learning and trying to get into the minds of people here, and I'm catching myself and bringing myself back out to me, who I was when I came here. So you guys, keep that concept in mind. Multi-layered. You guys will be getting paid at least $1 off every business in the world. Every new idea, every school, every community can start its own little account, in a sense, a membership. And everybody's together. You'll have Forbes listers with regular everyday people, business owner. I'm signing up my I have people that are my friends, and then I'm signing up my business contacts on it. So they're getting like the owner of Hoodwings, Israel. I'll throw out one of my favorites because he's just been there. You know, he's just so down. And so Israel over at Hoodwings in Northway Mall, a little shout out, and I'll even see if I can get him on and tag him with this. You know, why not? Um, you know, he's gonna go under, you know, a business network of people that are here locally, and now that business is connected with its public in a new way. And that's just one example. I mean, that's just one example of what we're doing. And you guys, even with your businesses or whatever, I mean, or your ideas or your bands, your music. I mean, I've got so many artists, you know, and people that act and writers. I mean, it just we've got stuff happening, and I love you guys. Thank you, all of you who have just been so amazing the whole way and have, you know, inspired me because I mean, people like, you know, Wes and honestly, Trinity and Shane, you know, all business owners. Didi's, I've been proud of Didi. I haven't responded to you for a reason because I was building something that would help you out far more than me helping you with the two projects you were working on. I'll take the base of those projects and NOS it a little bit, and you'll be able to, you know, operate in a different sense. And you know, even the setbacks over the last year from helping certain people and getting, you know, messed over and, you know, just literally screwed over. I mean, it just left and right. It was pretty bad. I mean, I was starting to get pretty frustrated there because it was like everybody was bailing on their word, and I'm just like, you guys, I'm trying to help you. I mean, we're like down to the wire here, you know, with getting this economy back on track because things are about to get a lot tougher for all of us, including me getting this going. Well, actually, no, the worse they do, the better I do. So, you guys, thank you for that. Let it get bad. I guess it's got to get worse before it gets better, but I'm not gonna let it get into the full world war that people think it's gonna. And the martial law thing, hopefully, we can reverse the, you know, issues there and create enough world perception of, hey, we have solutions. That's not an option. Let's move forward, not back, and hopefully we get enough weight behind that. And I've got really heavy contacts that honestly I've been holding on the back burner, wait for certain developments so that when I go to them, it's not like, hey, can you help me? No, hey, this is helping everybody in here. I have tangible proof of this. And that way the conversation goes totally different. It's more of a, oh, you know, we'll see, you know, give me some quarterly report. No, it's like, oh, I see the quarterly reports. What can I do to help? And that's what we need right now. And so it's a tight balance on time, and it's on me, and I'm working night and day, and it's the pressure, believe me, is real, and it's scary, and I lose sleep on it, and then again at other times I'm completely exhausted on every level, you know, because it's just so much, and it's just I'm pushing. The fire's there. I got to see my kids too, you guys. I'm about to miss my son's 4th birthday. Breaks my heart. My ex-wife kidnapped them 2 years ago, so I'm sacrificing in ways, trying to find them and trying to save the world at the same time. You guys, and if martial law happens and my kids aren't with me, come on, you guys. Because we were ignorant and just let it all happen, come on now. I'd be very disappointed. So, you guys, we're smarter than this. Let's get it, humanity. Let's wake up. I love y'all. No doubt, no fear, live it, and we got you here from TSS Universal. Check us out on Twitter and Facebook. And well, we're on Instagram and so on and so forth. But we're working on everything and ranching and getting followers and blah 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 blah. Love y'all. Peace.